Hello everybody, welcome to the United Stands. I'm Mark Goldbridge and we are live for our Manchester United against Nottingham Forest watch along as Amorim goes for the win at Old Trafford. And looking at the results out there today, we certainly do need one. That is the lineup, it's just gone round the screen there. We'll come back to that and I'm actually very happy with the United team today. I think there's been a lot of leaks going around about what the team's going to be, etc., etc. But I think with regards to, I'm a bit surprised by it actually. If I'm being completely honest, I'm a little bit surprised. We spoke about this. I don't want to overhype it because I think that can be as dangerous as anything. Toxic positivity can be as damaging as toxic negativity. But I feel like with Amorim, I've said I was getting a little bit tired of the rotation and wanted to start seeing a clearer vision of what our first team is going to be, his best 11, I suppose. And I think we have seen that today. I think we're starting to see, bar Mazraoui, which I think walks into the team, obviously. I'm ecstatic with that team, if I'm being honest. There's an element of players playing who I like. I'm not going to lie about that. I do believe in Garnacho. I do believe in Mainu. I do believe in Rasmus. I think Bruno in that position is better than playing deeper. I do believe in Agate. De Ligt's been fantastic. I like Martinez. Yoro we want to see more of. And Ahmad on the wing. So, look, I'm very happy with that team. But what I will say is I did expect to see, give us your thoughts. That's what it's all about. But I did expect to see Rashford start because he didn't start against Arsenal. Xerxes to start because he didn't start against Arsenal. Casemiro to start because he didn't start against Arsenal. So there's a few players that I thought would start based on his rotation. But I think what we're starting to see now is that, I definitely thought Agate wasn't going to start based on what he said in the press conference about how Bruno's capable of playing games, but Mainu isn't. Sorry, Agate isn't. So I think it's big calls, exactly, which obviously people are coming in from the fan forum. I've just realised that. You're very welcome. Please do subscribe, by the way. We want to hit 982,000 tonight. We're on that road to 2 million, so please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Share the video if you have subscribed. We're on the road to 2 million. But more importantly, we're on the road to 3 points. We must win tonight. That is absolutely the bottom line. And just because Rashford didn't start, or Xerxes didn't start, or Casemiro, or Mount, or any other player that you're sad about not starting, Mazraoui, etc., it doesn't mean that they won't come on. The players that are in possession of the starting lineup, that is their challenge. And the challenge for Man United is that even if we win, we may only go up to 8th place and Fulham play tomorrow. So win 8th, Man City next week, which becomes an even bigger game because Man City are really struggling. They've just drawn to Palace as well. So there'll be some confidence about that. My predictor is that, and I was thinking about this anyway, is that we play, is it Victoria Pleasant next Thursday away, and then we play Man City away on the Sunday. That's a quick turnaround. So I was thinking, if you're Amorim, you've basically got to pick your strong team against Forest, because if you pick your rotational team against Forest and then you go strong in Europe, you've almost got to go with your weaker players against Man City because the turnaround's too quick. So I think that the team in Europe is going to have to be the watered down team, and he's going to have to rest some of these players today for the game on Thursday so that they're ready for the Man City game. So maybe that's an explanation about what we're working towards now, which is a Manchester United, stronger team. And look, I don't think there's any guarantee that is his strongest team, because I think places are up for grabs. But there's no Anthony on the bench at all. And for anybody who thought that Anthony was going to be part of Amorim's revolution, I think that was ridiculously naive. It doesn't mean it still can't happen, but Amorim's been there for 2 weeks and Anthony doesn't even get on the bench anymore. I think that Casemiro and Eriksen have basically barely featured as well, and we're going to get I mean, that to me is the most exciting thing about this team with Yoro. The Agate Mainu midfield two, which I don't think we ever saw start together under Ten Hag, that to me is the most exciting thing. Might be a bit niche, but to me personally, the most exciting thing is Mainu and Agate starting together in that midfield pivot. With Bruno and obviously Garnacho on this occasion, but I like that. I like that pivot in the midfield. I'd like to see Mazraoui playing instead of Delo. I haven't enjoyed Delo playing very much recently, especially on the left-hand side. But Yoro at the back with De Ligt and Martinez, I mean, is that not the three centre-backs that we think it's going to be? I mean, I know Mazraoui can play there, and you're going to have a level of rotation, I suppose. But I'm happy with that. Ahmad obviously back on the right-hand side. But I think what we've got to do in this game is create chances. Like, there's been a lot of rotation. We saw against Everton last week, you had Xerxes as a false nine with Rashford and Bruno. We created chances, we scored chances. Today, I think we look more like our best 11. Like we're not playing a pivot of Casemiro and Mainu, we're playing Agate and Mainu. We're playing Bruno and Garnacho, and we're playing Rasmus up front with Ahmad on the right-hand side. And we've got Yoro, De Ligt, and Martinez. That is I think that's his strongest team he's picked so far. I think it's a stronger team than Arsenal, actually, when I think about it. So, strongest team he's picked so far. We have to go and win. And to do that, I want to see high possession. I want to see high chance creation. And I'm going to go 3-0 Man United win. Brandon says Garnacho is young and still has a lot of growth that's needed, but he works significantly harder than Rashford. It's the right call. It's a solid lineup. Look, I'm not going to talk about who's been left out because there's multiple reasons why that could be: illness, fitness, form. But we spoke on the morning show this morning about how Amorim was asked a direct question about Rashford's inconsistency, and he said it's about work rate from everybody. Absolutely everybody. And it's not just Rashford who's got to work harder, and he's not in the team. So it's another kick up the backside. And I would imagine that we will see a very energetic Rashford off the bench. And maybe he's not starting today because when he came off the bench against Arsenal, he wasn't energetic enough. And Amorim was like, look, whether you start or you come off the bench, you're being judged, and I wasn't happy with your performance off the bench, so you're not starting. Maybe that's what it's all about. Ben Niblet says, love for Antonio, hope it's not serious. Yes, obviously the world of football is coming to terms with this news that hopefully won't be as serious as some are fearing. Mikel Antonio, the striker for West Ham, was in a car accident this morning. A statement's come out in the last sort of hour from West Ham saying that there'll be a further statement soon, but thoughts and prayers are with him and his family, which obviously doesn't bode particularly well considering Marcus Rashford was in a crash last season and it was just sort of like, yeah, he's absolutely fine very, very quickly. So the fact that there's a gap here obviously leads you to have concerns. So hopefully it won't be as serious, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see and hope. TBH has gifted 5 memberships. You're an absolute legend, mate. Thank you very much. Nath Footy says, agreed, Mainu and Agate is exciting and I hope it works. That's from Nath Footy. Did you see the video of Rashford not applauding the fans, says Julian? I haven't seen any of that stuff, so no. Good afternoon, Mark. Thanks for all the work you put into the community. Truly the best in the world. I never miss an episode and look forward to the watch-alongs. Keep up the great work and happy holidays. But most of all, come on United, says Hookham. Buddy, thank you very much for your super chat, mate. Really appreciate that. Hello, Mark. Can you say Scrunchy is a prat? Scrunchy Beak is a prat, says Call Me Nitro. And I cannot believe Mazraoui's on the bench. Huge mistake. He's been our best player. He's so calm on the ball and Delo is not the answer. Is that not potentially rotational, though, Stig? Maybe. I don't know. Thank you very much to Brandon. City drew so much for apparently greatest manager ever and team. 1 win in 9. Even in our banter years, we never went more than 4 without a win. And up to now, who has impressed you? Who has underperformed initially? And where do you think we need to buy in? Matthew, I think the players that have impressed me have been Ahmad and De Ligt. I think the players, and obviously Mazraoui, but he's impressed me all season. I think we're talking about under Amorim. The players that have underperformed so far, I mean, I don't think there's a standout underperformer. I mean, even if you wanted to say a Xerxes or a Rashford, they scored 2 goals last weekend. So I don't think there's a lot between certain players at the moment. I mean, obviously Anthony's underperformed if he's not involved again. Like, you know, he's clearly, you know the thing about Anthony is, it's nothing more simple than technical ability. That's all it is. He's just a player that's come from the Eredivisie that's not as good as you need to be in the Premier League. I've got big calls, we've got big calls, but Ruben is the biggest calls of them all, says Red Devil American. Thanks for your super chat. Thank you, Reese. Alvar Doc, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. Warwick says, I love Ahmad, I hope he isn't leaking. And I'm not sad unless we don't win. Come on, United, says Robert McCormack. Must-win game, especially Newcastle and Man City all drop points, says John. Jonathan. Cameron Matthews, welcome to the Members Club. I'm absolutely fuming with that performance, says Josh Rainsford. And I'm a Newcastle fan. So excited for Yoro to start, says Brandon Taylor. Finally looks close to our best team. Obviously, no Mazraoui, but I'm going for a 4-1 win. Ngate's passing needs to improve, says S. Blooms. Thank you very much. Well, the bench for Manchester United today, if you're interested in that, which I'm sure some of you are, it feels to me like it's missing somebody, but I don't think it is. Biinda, Casemiro, Eriksen, Maguire, Malacia, Mazraoui, Mount, Rashford, Xerxes. Why do I feel like we're missing someone there? I don't know. I don't know why I feel like we're missing somebody there, but maybe somebody in the chat could let me know. Really like the team. Anthony, well, no, obviously I don't feel like we're missing him. I really like the team today, close to our best team, says Ankit. And I think Mazraoui and Mount over Garnacho and Delo would be the strongest 11 to the eye, but understand the rotation. City is a quick turnaround, says Bradley. I don't think you're right on that. I don't think in the system that we're playing that Mount and Bruno can work. I just don't think they're mobile enough or individualistic enough. I think you've got to have a flair player in one of the positions and a creative in the other. So I don't think Mount and Bruno work together. I might be wrong. We might see it, but I personally don't think that will work. But we will wait and see. We're missing a second keeper, says Kevin. That might be it. That might be it. Yeah. That might be it. Please do subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. We are only... we're on 981,000 and we're trying to get to 982,000 tonight. So please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. It's horrible weather tonight, by the way. Today, last 24 hours. Wind. That's what we've got. So, yeah. We will have player ratings in the second half. Mark every player out of 10. 10 being the... Get me bloody words out. We're doing player ratings. You can vote for those during the game. Mark every player out of 10. 6 being the average start for your man of the match. That would be appreciated. Unicris says, I think people need to smell the coffee. Amorim clearly likes Garnacho. In my opinion, it's either Bruno or Mount next to Garnacho. Went on the stadium tour yesterday with the son, Tommy. Great experience. Gas for today, says Angie. Enjoy it. Are you having a drink tonight, says Matthew? I probably will at some point. And talking about drinks, Sean Duffy is in the Hairy Lemon. Mate, you know what? I'm jealous of you. Watching Man United in the Hairy Lemon at Christmas time in Dublin, you're the real winner, mate. Absolutely fantastic. Enjoy yourself. Cheers to that. Lovely stuff. Okay, so big result incoming. Ahmad will shine tonight. Looking forward to seeing Yoro as well. Big future ahead for these lads. Thank you, Cameron. And Dullet, prayers for Antonio. Thank you very much for that. We have got some comments coming in from Amorim as well, which I just want to read out for you ahead of the game. He said that on Lenny Yoro's first home game, very mature for his age. He is a special talent. Playing at home with our fans is a good way to start. He is ready and his teammates will help him during the game. And also on Nottingham Forest, he says they have a very good manager. and Nuno Espirito Santo, who I have known for a long time. You know what? They are the unknowns to me. I've watched them play one game this season, and that was Arsenal. And they are, I think Chris Wood last season and again this season is the most goal conversion striker in the league. And what I mean by that is he converts, he's got a very good conversion rate for his chances. They are 9th at the moment, but if they were to win here, they would go back to 5th. So they're 3 points ahead of us. We can only go level with them. We would go ahead of them on goal difference if we beat them. So they've had a very good season, and away from home, I think they're in like 4th place for their away form. So could be an interesting game. Kyle has been a member for 5 months. He says prayers for Antonio. I mean, look, nobody knows anything about that, I don't think, at the moment. So we just have to hope and see what happens. Would you sell Rashford cheap to make him sellable? Says Keel. I'd sell him for 50 million. I would sell him for 50 million. But it doesn't mean he's not going to turn it around. I think he'd be disappointed that he's not starting this game. And I was very surprised he's not. Mike JBA gifts a membership. Thank you very much, Mike. Looking forward to seeing what our back three look like. I think this should be our best back three. Also, wish Garnacho has a good game. Well, watching Forest last week against the Arsenal, they very much sat in and looked to counter. But I was just looking at their lineup here. Gibbs, White, Hudson-Odoi, Wood, Jota, Silva, Anderson, Yates. So Elanga's on the bench for them. Ward-Prowse is on the bench for them. So I would hope that we're going to be pushing to sort of 70% possession. That would be my hope. But it doesn't always work out like that. But I would hope we will be pushing it towards that and creating a lot of chances. Mazraoui's on the bench. Yeah. Pavel says, I hear from United fans that we should focus only on the Europa League, but I disagree. What is your opinion on this? Also love the videos. Look, I think the Europa League is the easier chance to get into the Champions League because the competition is a lot less. And I think that in the Premier League, we're still a work in progress. So it's about how long it's going to take for us to actually adjust and get going. And I think that when I look at today, we might be a little bit ahead of schedule, actually, because if he's already getting to a point where he's establishing a best 11, then, or he's very close to it, then maybe we can start kicking on. I don't mind one or two players missing out, but I think that we have seen quite a large rotation in the first few games, whereas today there's a lot of players playing who played against Arsenal on Wednesday. So hopefully we're going to start to see that sort of thing. Karen says, I missed my flight from Belfast this morning due to fallen trees. Gutted but hoping for a good result. Happy with the team other than no Mazraoui, says Karen Duffin. That's a shame, Karen. Missing. I was trying to read that again. To be honest, I was just watching an advert with David Beckham for Stella Artois. I was like, what? Anyway, fair play. Yeah, unlucky, Karen. Sorry to hear that. Gutted, but hoping for a good result. Happy with the team, other than no Mazraoui. Well, the only thing I can say, Karen, is that if you'd have made your flight, it probably would have been a sort of flight that most people wouldn't have fancied. Flying over from Ireland to Manchester today was probably a bit of a bumpy ride. Do you think Amrin would be willing to sell Rashford if his form remains poor? In my opinion, we should cash in on him as he's not getting any better, says Abir. The thing about it is, it's too early to start making any predictions, but let me paint you a picture. If Rashford ends up being a bit of a bench player, i.e. he can't establish himself as a first team player, that is okay by me. I don't mind having a player like that on the bench, but the club would need to wake up. You can't have a player on the bench on that amount of money with that amount of reputation, and the press wouldn't let it be. So he's either going to be a first teamer or he's going to have to get moved on, because I don't mind him being a sort of bench solution who starts every now and again, but it's not going to be sustainable because of who it is and what we pay for. So I think he's either got to start or be sold, because I just don't think you can have... It's like Casemiro. Casemiro can't be what he is. I mean, Casemiro at the moment is a bench player. He can't be that. You can't be on 350k a week and be a bench player. So I think that as much as I'd like Casemiro to be a bench player, and as much as I don't mind having people like Rashford as a bench player, it's just not going to happen, is it? So they've either got to get themselves in the first team or they'll have to move on. Thank you very much, Abir, for that super chat, by the way. Can you call Francis a brat? Thank you, says Raven. An average age of the starting team is 23. I'm excited to see what the future holds, says Matthew. Hi, Mark. Antonio has been airlifted to hospital, says Alexander. I think we need to stop speculating on Antonio. I spoke about it on That's Football. We spoke about it on here. I think the only thing we should be saying is hopefully it's not bad, and thoughts and prayers with him. I don't really want a running commentary on whether he was airlifted, whether it was his car on Twitter or anything like that. You're potentially talking about very serious injuries to somebody, and we can only go with the statement of West Ham. In the meantime, I think we just talk about Manchester United and wait for updates. Near perfect team, says Ajit, or think to make it perfect would be Mazraoui over Delo. Love from Australia, coming England next year. Can't wait to see Man United live, says Ajit. Yes, I would agree with you on that. I think that Mazraoui for Delo would be better. I can only think that that is rotational for a reason. Keep up the good work, Mark. You're a legend, says Brian. And I think if you're a bench player, you should be max 130k a week, says Anthony. Well, look at Mason Mount, 250k a week. Look at Harry Maguire, 190k a week. There's a lot of players on that bench earning a lot of money. Harry Maguire to the rescue, says Dean. I'm sure we will see Harry Maguire. I think Yoro will play an hour and then Maguire will come on. I think that substitute is probably nailed on, to be honest with you. Mark, a lot of people say that football in recent days is becoming boring and not fun to watch. What do you think is causing this, says Pranoy? I haven't seen anybody say it. I don't agree with it. Yeah, I don't really know what that's all about. I think Mazraoui has been left out just to get a bit of a rest, yeah. I would think it's to do with that. Because he is better than Delo, and he can play left-hand side better than Delo. So I would imagine that that's what it's all about. Ian says, why is Garnacho on? Because I think you've got to play Rashford or Garnacho in that role. I don't think you can play Mount and Bruno. So obviously he feels that Garnacho did the better work against Arsenal, which I think he did. I think he had a better first half than Rashford's cameo in the second half. So there we go. There's about 2 million a week on the bench, says Glenn. I'm not sure it'd be that much, but, well, you might be right. Let me have a quick look. So you've got Casemiro 350, Eriksen 150, that's 500,000. Harry Maguire 190, so that's 700. Malacia, don't know. Mazraoui, Mason Mount takes it to 1 million. Rashford takes it to 1.35. It won't be far off 2 million when there's Xerxes. Yeah, you're probably right. It's about £2 million a week in wages on that bench. You're probably right. Fair play, mate. Rashford is everything that's wrong with United, says Pratisham. I would rather sell him no matter what he does this season. And what player in Man United history would you wish we signed? Paul Gascoigne was close to signing for me, says CCE. I wanted the Ronaldinho one. That was the one that frustrated me, to be honest. Yeah. I hear what you're saying, being too expensive for the bench from a commercial point of view, but maybe Ineos are different and equate financial success to pitch success, says Ashji. I just think as well, if you know the way the British press work, so if you put somebody like Bruno Fernandes or Marcus Rashford and they're consistently on the bench, then I think that you will end up in a situation where the press never shut up about it. And when you're constantly being asked questions about a player, then that player becomes, you know, the focal point, and it's distracting to what you want, isn't it, really? It's Pep's fault, turned football into a systematic, heartless game, says Fuge. Thank you very much. Gareth Bale sat on the bench for 3 years because they wouldn't play him at Real Madrid. Players are coming out onto the pitch anyway. Obviously, a tribute to Kath, the receptionist, who passed away this week, sadly. Long-time fixture at Carrington. I was there to do the Rasmus interview, actually, in January and got to meet her as well. Lovely lady. I think it's nice, actually, that for all the things about Man United that make us love Manchester United, it's not the passing of Kath on reception that makes us know who she is. Everybody knew who she was. And I think that's just the brilliance of this football club, that is everybody knew who Kath was anyway. May she rest in peace. Absolute legend of Carrington. Players are out on the pitch. For a minute there, I wondered who that new signing was, who was next to Garnacho. It is a mascot. He was just at the back. I think it's because Bruno was carrying the flowers. But the mascot was stood next to Garnacho, and I thought, who's that? But late debutant, but it was the mascot. He was walking out with Garnacho. Right. Thanks everybody for all your super chats that have come in early. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We're about ready to go here, and very excited. Hopefully United can get the win. We need it, and they're going to hold up a lovely message to Kath here as well, all the players. United legend, thank you, Kath, is the sign. There's Luke Shaw. Right, I'm standing up. It's a match. And I just think I'll do my best work stood up. Let's go. Let's have it. Let's have it. Come on. United. Let's do this. Let's get the win. 3 points. That's all that matters. Turn that off. And that. Right, let's do it. I mean, look, it is a step into the unknown. I don't know where United are at. You know, we walk into these games and we expect something sometimes that's not real. Amrim said it himself, that, you know, Manchester United's a big name, but are we a big team? No. So what can we do as a football club? We will have to wait and see what we can do. I really hope that we've got 3 points in us today, and I really hope that we start to see a little bit of progress, but it might still be a little bit early days for us, because we're still very much, we're still very much early in, aren't we? And I think with, oh, hold on a minute. Is this a minute's applause they're doing, or is it a minute's silence? So it's a minute's silence. I'll be quiet for Kath. It was actually a minute's applause they were doing, but we're about ready to go now as the players huddle up on both sides. Right, I want to see high possession, I want to see high chance creation, and I want to see lots of energy. And he said that himself. He wants to see a team that's running like mad dogs. So he's got the subs, he can make those. Rub says, I think Man United will win easily tonight. I'm going with a 3-0 win for United. Is Amrim too honest? Will he start media issues, says Pedro? No, I think the fans are mature enough to deal with them and then let the press do what they want to do. Ajit, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. Let me just... are we ready to go, ref? It's 31 minutes past. Come on, ref, get on with it. You should lose a grand, ref, for every minute that you delay this fucking game. (31, 32 minutes nearly now. And we're off and running. Good. Okay. Glory Man United 3-0, says Tony Jember, one of our members. And Stardust Viper says, first super chat in a while. Do we have the oldest squad in the league, Mark? And should we be looking to move these players on? Well, apparently the average age of this team is 23. So there might be age on the bench. But nice ball into Ahmad. Good defending by... Forrest here. Good quick start, though, by both sides. The media say that Ten Hag's trainings were too intense, so the players were complaining, but then Amorim rotates and the media still complains, says Akil. Do you still see the midfield as an issue, says Patrick Flavel? Seems it's been a problem for a long time. Not sure it's gone. I still think it needs reinvestment. Yes, I think beyond Mainu and Agate. Bloody hell, this is a good run. Skip past about 4 players there. Who was that? Aina. Anyway, it's an early corner here for United to defend. Sizu, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think if you got an injury to an Agate or a Mainu, then I would be worried because then you're going to have to use Casemiro and Eriksen, aren't you? So Collier seems to, well, I think he's had an injury problem. Oh, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake, again! That's 3 corners in a bloody row that we've conceded. 3 fucking corners in a row. It ain't just bloody Arsenal. We're shit at corners. Shit at crosses. Fucking hell, get a pair of fangs in and put a cloak on, you vampires. You bloody crap. Can't defend crosses. Absolute jokers. Zonal fucking defending again, look. I mean, Martinez does fuck all there, to be honest. What's Martinez doing? I mean, Martinez just doesn't jump. De Ligt can't get there because Martinez is in the way. I don't know what the fuck that is. That's terrible, that is. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. 3 set pieces in a row. Well, Jamie Carragher's having a wank. He'll be talking about the height of Martinez. Oh, I thought he'd scored. Why didn't Rasmus score? Why didn't he score? It was right on his head. I don't know what happened there. I need to see the replay on that. I thought it was going to be 1-1. I was ready to jump. Yeah, Martinez has got to do better. I mean, there's just no point just trying to hold on to somebody bigger than you. But then again, I suppose he didn't fancy the jump. But zonal marking, isn't it? Fucking hell, 1-0 down already. Here's Rasmus into the box. Needed to lay that off. Come on. Keep your heads up, lads. Keep your heads up here. Don't let them heads drop. No, it's behind. It was behind him, look. Yeah. I think it was just... It's hard to tell whether Rasmus has ran too early or Garnacho's cross is just a little bit behind him, but I thought they were going to score there. Come on. Martinez isn't a Premier League centre-back, says Red Army. You know, the problem was, when Carragher was saying that Martinez was too small, he proved him wrong. And then Carragher started saying, I like Martinez. Here's Bruno, come on. No. Delo. Come on, use the ball. Can't defend set pieces, I know. Corners strike again. And you predicted 3-0, says Joshua. Yeah, well, I don't think... Well, Constantine says corner strike again. Dead Club says Joey. Antonio from West Ham had a bad accident, says Luke. Yep. Sizu, welcome to Members Club. JJ says United. Mikey Boy says, how bad do we want Diar Ahmad on the score sheet tonight? When you've got a 5'6" defender against a 6'5", what do you expect? Whose idea was it to match them up? Martinez barely came to his armpit, says Sean Atwood. It's zonal marking though, mate. That's what happens with zonal marking. You've got Delo marking an area, Martinez marking an area, De Ligt marking an area. So the Forest player and the corner kicker target that area, moves towards it, and then Martinez's zonal area is weak. De Ligt tries to get there, but Martinez is in the way. Delo tries to get it, but it's too high for him. So it's a good corner into an area that is a weakness, and that's zonal marking. Whereas if you go man-to-man, you pick up their big players. Stig says, this is bullshit. Amrim's talk so much about the system is the most important thing, and that was music to my ears. I like the way we controlled the ball, and now we're playing with 4 at the back. Says Stig. We're not playing with 4 at the back. We've got 3 centre-backs, you can see. It just changes in and out of possession. Delo into Mainu. Give it back to Delo. Corner to United. Is that a corner to United? No. LC says, Maguire wouldn't let that happen. Oh, fucking hell. I've got mates who support Forest messaging me now. Paris, welcome to Members Club. Souness was right. Martinez too small, says Eduardo. Well, he was on that occasion, yeah. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Nice ball. Not a good ball. Come on, fucking hell. Get the bloody tempo going. United fans mock our corners, need to focus on defending them first, says Joey. Amrim at the wheel, though. Oh, Arsenal fan. He's massive, Milenkovic up against Martinez there. It's a complete and utter mismatch. Physically, Forest are good. I mean, I've seen that already. They're quick, they're mobile, they're physical. Rasmus, that's it. Run into the space. Give him a pass. No, he's got to pass that to Garnacho there. Trying to do too much. Come on. Turn. Come on, that's it. Play an easier pass this time. That's it. Better. Set piece coach can't help if Martinez doesn't even jump for the ball, says Iraqi. Why was Martinez marking a 6'5" geezer, says Darcy. Well, he wasn't actually. He wasn't. The player moved on to him. Anana has the legs of a cheetah, but also the hands of a cheetah, says Rooney. And problem we have is that we have too many players wanting a paycheck over playing for the club, says Jordan. Amarin ball doesn't work in the rain, says Ardo. Come on, Ahmad. Good play into Bruno. Little cross to the back post. It's a good cross. And it's not gone for a bloody corner either. Goes for a throw-in. Honestly, I'm low-key happy that we're struggling at the start of the era. Maybe now those owners will realise some players need to be sold. Hate seeing us losing though, says Nathan. 0-1 is good. Have to learn to play under pressure, says Mikael. Well, there is that if we can come back from the pressure, yes. Nice ball by Agate. Why the fuck is Delo shooting from there? Stop fucking shooting, Pratt. Oh, just stop it. Absolutely hate it. Waste of time. Give possession up for a fucking Hollywood shot. Did it against fucking Arsenal. We're 1-0 down. Do we look like a team that can afford to give fucking possession up that easily? Keep the fucking ball. Pisses me off. He keeps doing it more than anyone. Chris says, Martinez wasn't part of the zonal marking. He was one of the man markers. And calling all fans, please be patient with Amarim, says Fit for Bitcoin. Thank you, pal. Minutes gone. United are losing to another set piece. Here's Delo into Mainu. Come on, we've got to move the ball a little bit quicker in these positions. Yeah, that's a good ball into Bruno. That's wide to Ahmad. Come on then. Lays it back to Bruno. No! Fucking hell! Are we allergic to shooting on target? I mean, I think Bruno's right to shoot here, but fucking hell, how hard is it to hit the target? Was he shooting? Was it a cross? Martinez is actually 5'10", Caitlin. Might be 5'9", like you say. Who would you say is the one player of the current side you would keep? For us, it was clearly Saka. In your opinion, who is it for United? Says Ritex. Well up by Delit. Come on, second ball. That's well won by Delo. Mainu. Nicely into Agate. Give him a pass. Give him a fucking pass. That's it. Probe. Patience. Patience. Bruno was crossing, says Nimish. It wasn't a shot. Good play by Erasmus into Garnacho. And well won back. Go edge of the box. Go edge of the box. No, you've gone the wrong way, Mainu. Given the free kick. We played like a proper team first half against Arsenal, yet we look awful against Forest at home. I thought we would see what we saw more of, that... yeah, Andre, it's very early days. We only had fucking 12 minutes. Calm the fuck down. Didn't we get a new set-piece coach? Did he go with Ten Hag? Or is he still here? Also, any celebration fans for the bit? Lots of questions there, Sean. Sort of in the middle of a match at the moment, so ask me that at another time. Set-piece coach, I haven't got a clue. I thought we kept the set-piece coach because Ramsey went in the summer, didn't he? If Madrid want to give us 45 million for Delo, take it, says Stephen. Right, Bruno, free kick here. Right on the touchline. He's got to get this right in on the goalkeeper. Or look at Ahmad. Or look at Agate. Yes. good block. Good keeping. Corner ball. If Madrid, hi Mark, please don't get high blood pressure from these lot. They're millionaires that couldn't be asked. They have made it in life, says David Easer. Delo is our most overrated player, defensively inconsistent and marks the back post like a blind monkey, says Sonki. We're not playing bad, calm down, says Vito. I think we're doing okay. I don't know what the stats carousel says because I haven't even started it. But yeah, 77% possession. So yeah, we just got to be a bit patient in this game and create the chances. Crap corner again. Fuck it, this is what I mean. People talk about we concede from corners. We concede from corners because everybody puts a good cross in. We don't even beat the fucking first man. How many times on Wednesday night did Rice and Saka put a good cross in? And who was that? Delo? It might have been Bruno, actually. Can't even beat the first man. You can't concede from corners unless somebody puts a good cross in. And Bruno, fucking hell. Thanks. Oh, what about that? Can I have a couple of them?
Couple of chips?
Yeah. They've just had fish and chips and not got me any. I'm losing as well. Yeah, look, if we end up winning the game, and that is a big if, then obviously it's a bit like the lovely ball by Mainu, by Bruno, into Ahmad. He's going to need support. Good defending. Oh, thanks, mate. Lovely. These players are not good enough. Mate, I think you're all overreacting. I don't actually think you're here. I don't think you're United fans. I think you're overreacting. We're losing 1-0 to a set piece. We've had way more of the ball than them. We're doing okay since the goal's gone in. It's a 90-minute game. Chill your boots. Calm down. We've been shit all season. You're acting like we're meant to be a top 4 team and we're not. Just chill out. Judge it on 90, not 19. We've not even had 19 yet. They're a bit chunky, these chips, but they are nice. Jonathan says, Bruno seems off the pace with the rest of the team to me. A step behind. Abby says, 41-year-old Giggs, our last good corner taker. He was a good corner taker. He knew how to whip it in. It's disgusting, though. Like, it really is. I was watching... Well, Palace scored from a corner today, didn't they? We conceded 2 corners against Arsenal, but we could have conceded 6. And nearly every cross is on point. So you talk about Arsenal and the movement of their players off the ball for the corner, but the cross has to be good. And it is good every time. And we're not putting good crosses in. That's good by Bruno. Into Agate. Needs his runners. Yes! Rasmus! 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 Lovely ball by Agate. Gets Garnacho in. Garnacho's one-on-one is saved, but Rasmus is there for the follow-up. And it's 1-1. Have that and have that. There's more to come. 1-1. Yeah, lovely ball by Agate. I think Garnacho's a little bit unlucky because the keeper comes out really, really quick. But look at the ball by Agate. Lovely. Yeah, good goalkeeping, but Rasmus is there. 1-1. I told you, calm down. Don't get too low and don't get too high. I tell you what, Amorim's happy with that. Good time to score as well. He likes the old gladiator stuff, does Rasmus, doesn't he? The funny thing is, he does the gladiator thing, but we've had the celebration of Rasmus, because that's from the Gladiator, but not the Gladiator 2. Maximus. We started going Rasmus, didn't we, in the summer? But he does it because he likes Gladiator 2. But this is the thing. I think Rasmus will be a success at United if he gets chances. Like, how many goals for Haaland are like that? How many goals does Haaland score that are just in and around the box, right place, right time? He will score goals. He just needs service. Gyökeres at Sporting scored goals because he got service. People start talking about, oh, the link-up play, this, that, and the other. Obviously, that does need to improve. But primarily, as a striker, it's about service. And that wasn't actually service, but he was there for the scraps from service. So it's not always about that. Share your chips, Mark. I'd love to. They're very nice. I've got to give them the assist points. Barrick says, I thought Rasmus was still in Kivior's pocket. And yeah, we're not playing Arsenal, but there's still Arsenal fans here obsessed with Man United. Go and win tomorrow. You've got a chance to go, what? 3 points off the top? Look, we've played well at the start of this game. The problem was we conceded from a set piece. But the first 20 minutes, we've actually played well. We're creating chances. We've got lots of possession. We just had a sucker punch. And it will show character if we can come back from that sucker punch again. I like De Ligt in that central position as well. I really do. Lovely ball to Ahmad. Maguire would have been proud of that. Bruno into Ahmad. Here we go again. Oh, he probably should have played the pass there, to be fair. Yeah, I love it, Agate. I love it, Agate. He's had a great start to the game. Should have had an assist, really, but he had a massive part to play in that goal. Constantine says Bruno looks more comfortable on the ball. He's more disciplined on the ball. We saw this against Arsenal in the first half, but I want to see it in a higher position. You sort of have to be disciplined when you're playing in a pivot, but can he be disciplined in a 10? Make sure you subscribe to the channel, by the way. We are on the road to 2 million. We could hit it by Christmas. It's an outside shot, but we won't do if you don't share the video. If you have subscribed, and please do subscribe if you haven't. Bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with the United Stand. We're live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 o'clock. Loads of content for you. And we will be in Manchester for the fan forum after my match reaction player rating show at about 8 o'clock tonight as well. So lots to get involved in. They're gone. Nice little snack. Good play by Yoro there. Knocking the ball around, lovely. Really enjoying it. It's progressive possession, which I love. Nice ball in behind for Delo. Can he get there? Cut back. Oh, unlucky. Rasmus was so close. But it's Forest on the break. I think Martinez has just given up another bloody corner here, hasn't he? Yeah, lovely play by Martinez. Delo. Oh, Oh, he's so unlucky, really. Delo did well there. It wasn't a corner, by the way. It went for a goal kick. Yeah, it's just I'm loving the possession from United. It's really dominant possession, but it's also progressive in the possession as well, which is good to see. Bruno had a bad start, but his pass is what got Agate the space, says Pahel. Mark, can we get a Bevo-style rating on the fish and chips, says Taylor. I'll admit I may have overreacted, says Andre Gomez. Manu improves our midfield a lot, but I still think we can do better. Lovely pass by Agate. I'm liking that pivot very early days. Salty chips for a salty man, says Ardo. There was no salt, and there is no salt. Bruno looks much more comfortable on the ball, says Constantine. Stig says, people saying I'm on the grass. Do you agree that the best thing for us to do is to get relegated and get rid of these players? Yeah, you might be on the grass. I thought that was Jack Grealish playing for Man City then, and they're playing in light blue. Bruno is terrible at set pieces. He's slow and he gives the ball away all the time, says Mitcha. Loved the gesture from Agate asking players to cut short the celebration and get back, says Ankit. Yep. Vitor says, shut up, chat. You need more than a cup of tea to watch this, says Noah. Noel, the ref is an absolute prat, says Z3. When was the last time Bruno took a good corner, says it's Dave in it. Bruno can't physically kick the ball that far, says Andy Harris. Why is Grealish playing for Nottingham? We're not in the January transfer window yet, says Howder. Hope you're doing well, mate. Appreciate the super chats. Thank you very much, everybody. Keep up the great work, Mark, says Dixon. Dixon Miaz. Yeah. Good day, Mark. Speaking of snacks, how do you feel about toasted ham and cheese croissants? Lovely. I like them jar bar drinks. I don't think Bruno's having a bad game. I sort of agree that I thought against Arsenal first half he played quite well. Second half he fell off. So, but the more he is disciplined on the ball, the better we will be. We've been craving a disciplined 10 for a long time. Dave Woodcock, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. Good ball out there. No, oh, Ahmad, come on. Ahmad, you know what? Ahmad's been a little bit loose this first 26 minutes. Kieran says, any danger of giving Forest some credit? What, for scoring a fucking set piece? Oh, well done. Well done for turning up. It was a good set piece, to be fair, but I couldn't give a shit. I'm not here to big them up. Come on. This is where they're going to be dangerous on set pieces. It's gone for a goal kick. Which player that doesn't have a chant do you think deserves one, says Chris? Mate, I don't go to enough games to know who's got a chant and who hasn't got a chant. I mean, I'll admit that. They've just hit the bloody bar! Why did I not see that? Unbelievable. Favourite restaurant, explanation and why, says Tom. Mate, it's not the fucking time. We're watching a match. It's not that. It's football, 0-0, watching Man City. I went to a very good restaurant in Birmingham on Saturday called The Wilderness, so they can have the shout out there. It was very, very good food. Evening, Mark. Yoro is rubbish, says Megamac. Okay, we just won't read shit. You know, Super Chat's not a free ticket to put a poster out saying you're a knobhead. Ahmad's not on it so far, says Marlowe. Here's Agate. He's definitely on it. Lovely ball out wide to Delo. Delo should have put that in quicker. Good probing possession again. Foul on Garnacho. Absolutely. Absolutely, mate. He megged you. He sent you back to fucking the River Trent. Lovely play by Garnacho. Look, he's done you. And that's why you found him, Yates. Jota looks like the Portuguese Grealish, says David. What breakfast do you have on Christmas morning, says Jason. I have scrambled eggs, salmon, toast, and normally I have a Bucks Fizz, which is orange and champagne. Lewis, thank you very much for being a member. Similar free kick here. Bruno had a free kick here a few minutes ago and went for Ahmad. I think this time he's going to have to mix it up. See what happens with this. I'd whip this one in. He could go Garnacho. No, he's whipped it in. Edge of the box, second ball. Here's Bruno again. Where are you going, Bruno? That's Garnacho. I really like that we're finally being patient with the ball, says Shahin. Me too. Me too. For years, everyone has seen United aren't good at zonal defending from corners. Why is Amorim applying it? We seriously need to do something about it, says 90 Stephen. And Jota have done that one. Loving the rotation from Amorim. No favouritism, says Ronaldo. They've just had a booking here. Seem to be targeting Garnacho. And that's gone. That's going to be a free kick to United again. No, it's on now. Come on, Bruno. Whip this right in on the back post. No, it's not more chips. Red wine. Oh, I tell you what, they defended that well. Rasmus is applauding the cross because the way he whipped that in, he got it to dip and it would have gone right in front of the keeper. Yeah, it was good defending. Storebrand Grealish, says Doug. Another crap corner by Bruno. Yeah. If that's United's attempt, that's like the Poundland version of an Arsenal corner. We don't beat the first man and Delo body slams their man on the front post. Yeah, we ain't Arsenal. We can't deliver the corner and then we absolutely assault people in the box. Always watching you says, you're happy to see us play well. Also, my local team, Austria Wien from Austria, is doing great. Good stuff, mate. Okay. Over the bar from Forest. On the break, they are creating opportunities. Thank you very much, Daxi, thank you. Poundland Grealish, love the show. Marky Boss says Darren. Grealish from Wish, better than the original, says Stig. I think that was a corner. I think Delit got the block on it, didn't he? Yeah. Corner. Right, let's mark up better this time, for fuck's sake. What's the betting they put a good delivery in? Yeah. Fucking hell. I thought he'd scored again. It's mad. We've had two corners, both have been shit. They've had two corners, both good delivery. And they nearly scored. Unbelievable. We are shit at corners. We were shit at corners last year, though. It's not new. I remember this last year. We were shit at corners last year. Every time there's a corner, you think, ooh, we're going to concede. United and first man been a problem for very long, says Joshua. Our corners are pathetically toothless, says Iraqi. It's at both ends, mate. Really bad. Really, really bad. Just need to get the tempo going again here. Yeah, we're just losing our way a little bit last few minutes. Forest have got back into it. The rhythm's not quite there. They're happy for us to have it around the back three. Pivot needs to drop in and take the ball a little bit better. Yeah, Yoro's going to have to go back to the keeper there. Oh, for fuck's sake. See, this is what I mean. We're just pissing about a bit here now. David, Dawid, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you. Stig Olsen's just gifted 10 memberships. What a legend. Says he's still on grass as well. Come on, United, says Daxi. Thank you. Right, they're going to chuck a long throw in here. Obviously, they're fully aware that we're shit at set pieces. So let's see what happens with this. 10 minutes to go to half time. I mean, look, people like Rashford, Xerxes, Mount, Mazraoui could be very impactful off the bench. I mean, you get a shift out of Garnacho and Rasmus for 60 minutes, and then you make a change, don't you? That's what I would do. Good block by Agate, and it will be a corner. Thomas M says that corner was comedy. Definitely Poundland Arsenal. I mean, if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be clipping that. Because it was like the shittest version of trying to do an Arsenal corner I've ever seen. Delot body slams someone on the front post and Bruno doesn't even beat the first man. But that's why teams like Arsenal and Forest deserve credit, because the reason that they're nearly scoring from every corner is because they're actually putting fucking work in on it. Again, this is their third corner. What's the betting it's got a good delivery? Actually, it wasn't that good. Can United stand? Ask him. Ruben, you defend your players and address issues privately, but recently you've said Rashford and co aren't working enough. Does the board back you in such cases, or do the big players have more influence, says Tane? And Carl says, I turn the Sky Sports commentary off and listen to your watch along. Thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate it, Carl. 9 minutes to half time. I feel like we've lost our way a little bit in the last 5 minutes. It's hard to pinpoint where, but they're just knocking the ball around a lot better. Well out. Come on, here we go. Well done, Bruno. Switch. Yeah, late off. It's a shit pass by Bruno, that. It's a shit pass. It's not where it needed to be. Well done, Rasmus, tracking back. That's what you want to see. Lovely. Right, here we go. Bruno, Garnacho's the ball. Good ball. Right, he needs some support. Where are we going? Where's he going to go? Back to Bruno. Back to Garnacho. Shouldn't have had a shot from there. Way too far out. It's all good. Everything about that's really good. We just need to eradicate that. And look at Amram, he's like that. Calm down. He just doesn't want him to shoot. But that was good by Rasmus, tracking back, and then we break away. And that's why I think you need a player. You need a player next to Bruno who is a winger, whether it be Rashford, Garnacho, Ahmad. You've got to have that. Frostbite says we're not building momentum. Yeah, I think we did. I think for about half an hour we had the most possession and we were building momentum. But I just think in the last sort of 5-10 minutes, it's sort of it's drifted a little bit. Just having a quick look at the stats. Go on, Delit. Go, 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 go. Whip it. Oh, good. I tell you what, they do defend well. Yeah, 75% possession. That's very, very high. Well done, Bruno. Well done, Agate. Here we go. Come on, move it. Free kick on the edge. Well done. That's better from Rasmus. I've been very happy with his first half. It's been scrappy out there, but you use your body. I think that's something that Amarim's taught him. Use your body, win the foul. I think sometimes his first touch allows the centre-back to come in and take it. What he does there is what Haaland does. It's what clever strikers do. You control it, but you use your body so that if the defender comes anywhere near you, the referee has got no choice than to give a foul. And that's already improvement under Amarim, because I think, as I said before, there was a lot of times under Ten Hag where Rasmus would control the ball and there would be an opportunity for the defender to come in. And, right, come on, Bruno. This would be a perfect time to score. Carl's gifted 5 memberships. Thank you very much, Carl. Christopher Fletcher, thanks very much. To be fair, the ref's given us a few free kicks, but we have had a lot of possession. I don't think the ref's on our side. We've had 75% possession. I don't see this going in. Is it the bar? Oh, God. So close from Bruno. He actually hit it better than I thought he could. What a shit cross that was, though. Don't use your left. Here we go. Agate, he'll get there. Well done. Good covering. Good free kick. I'd like to see it again. I think their right back has been the best player on the pitch so far, says Quackworth. Yeah, we've not got Ahmad in the game at all. I mean, we all love Ahmad, but he's been very, very quiet, actually. United getting all the decision as usual, says S. Mate, we're having all the possession. We're having all the decisions because we've got all the possession and we're the only team that's really attacking around the box. So it's obvious we're going to get more fouls because we've got more possession. I don't like these long diagonals from Anana. Well done, Agate. Keep going, Garnacho. No. There's the free kick from Bruno. To be fair, it was deflected off the wall. I don't think Bruno's free kick was going to do anything. Nah, I don't think Bruno's free kick was going to do anything. It was the flick off the wall. Oh, Bruno, fucking hell! It's a simple pass into Mainu, and you're making him stretch. Getting a bit sloppy. Caitlin says, what's going on with the Garnacho? I'll tell you what's going on with Garnacho, Caitlin. It's an agenda from people who don't like him, who just don't give the lad a break. I don't think he's had a bad half at all. I think he obviously had that chance where he nearly scored and we scored from it. And then he's just had a shot from a good bit of play between him and Bruno. But people just won't leave the lad alone. So you've got this division in the fan base where some people just won't shut up slagging him off. And then people who want him to do quite well almost feel guilty by going, I don't know what you're talking about. It's not been vintage Garnacho, but it's not been shit. But people just won't shut up about it. It's really fucking boring. That's what's wrong with Garnacho. Feel for Bruno there. When did he last score a free kick, says Marlow. I think Agate's been very good, Sturmer. Very good. Again, I like him and Mainu. But you know what? Talking about Garnacho, I think having played against Arsenal for 60 minutes, I do think there's a natural substitution for Rashford to come on, and There are opportunities on the break. I can see, if I was Rashford, I'd be quite fancying the second half in that role. Fresh legs. I do think there is a natural substitution there for a bit of pace. Hopefully, a bit of pace. Come on, Bruno. Go on. That's it. Ahmad. Oh, good tackle. Good tackle. Yoro hasn't put a foot wrong yet, and Agate's been our best player, says Azur. I agree. Well, can't you remember certain people were giving Agate nicknames after a month? Idiots. Absolutely low IQ idiots. I mean, who does that about a United player that's only been here a month? Yes, some of you were doing it. You're right. Yes, you are. Agate's been the best by miles, and how has Delit put the best crossing in the game, says Dan Harding. Who's your favourite United player currently, says Mero. I don't really do that anymore, mate. It's the older you get, the more you just want United to be successful. I don't really care who plays, as long as they play well. There's a lot. I tell you what, there's a lot of organising going on from Bruno. Mitcher says Bruno out. I think Bruno's done okay. Again, I don't see a bad performance, but it's going to be half time here anyway. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, 1-1 at half-time. United obviously going behind to a set piece early on and having to respond, which they did. They were very good, I think, for the first half an hour. I think we've drifted in the last 15. You might want to be looking at some substitutions. What substitutions would you make? Obviously, Rashford for Garnacho makes sense. I don't know whether Xerxes is the right substitution, really. I quite like what Rasmus brings to the table. But, yeah, look, 1-1 against Forest at home isn't good enough. So ultimately, we've got to turn that into a victory in some way, shape or form. So give me your thoughts. Look, I don't think, in fairness, that there is a performance out there that is worse than average. That's my honest assessment. I don't think that there is a performance out there that's any worse than average. I think we've done okay, and but we've got to turn it into a win. If we just go back to the stats carousel, let me take that and pause. I mean, look, 73% possession at home, not very often. This is what Eric was meant to bring with his Ajax style of football. He was meant to deliver that, and we spent 2 years going, well, the team's shit. It takes time to do it, and yet Amorim keeps. I mean, we had nearly 60% possession at the Emirates, so the possessional side of things is really good. Chance creation, 4 shots on targets, not too bad. So I think it's just that word progress again, and then put work in first of it. So I think that progression is there. I think we're a work in progress. I actually think for half an hour we were better, and then in the last 10 minutes of the second half we sort of let them back in. and we let them back in with just mistakes of the past. Like, that was really good play between Bruno and Garnacho, and then Garnacho shoots from nowhere, which was a bit silly. There's really good play, and then the final pass goes wrong. So I still think that we might be expecting to run before we can jog or even walk. And I see a lot of positives, but also a lot of areas for improvement. I mean, De Ligt, Yoro, Agate, really very good for us again. Martinez obviously is going to be marked down because of the goal, but he's a good player in possession. Delo's looked a little bit better than he has done in recent weeks. Unfortunately, we've not got Ahmad in the game. Rasmus is there to score goals and has scored a goal. And Garnacho and Bruno, I think, will divide fan base. I actually think both of them have probably been a 6. Some people might say better, some people might say worse, but I think that's more about agenda more than actual fair analysis. You'd want a little bit more from those two players because it's 1-1, but I think there are positives to work on. I look at the bench, there are a lot of options. I mean, I wouldn't be changing Agate and Maino in any hurry, because you bring Casemiro or Eriksen on, you're going to lose legs in a midfield where Forest have got legs. I wouldn't really be in a rush to change any of my centre-backs either, although Maguire's very experienced. Mazraoui on one of the wides might be an interesting option. And then you've got Rashford, Xerxes and Mount, who can all play where Garnacho and Bruno are. So I think we've got interesting options that we could try in the game. I mean, would he take Bruno off in a game like this? We all know Garnacho for Rashford probably will and should happen at some point, but should Mount for Bruno not happen? I mean, I wouldn't want to see Bruno dropping into Agate's position to keep him on the pitch. I think if Bruno is playing like he is after 70 minutes, you would take him off and you would give Mount a go. But they're not substitutes that I see as negative. I think they're essential substitutions. You expect any Premier League side to be making substitutions based on legs around 70 minutes. And I would be looking at Rashford for Garnacho. I'd be looking at Mount for Bruno. And if we're winning, I'd do Xerxes for Rasmus just to give Xerxes a bit of a run out. But as things are, I think we've just got to get in front in this game. And as we know, the Premier League can be an unforgiving mistress in the sense that it's not easy to get points. Godian says, I've got a problem with Bruno and not putting on pressure. If Bruno goes off, we'll fall apart, says Vita. Well, I noticed that, mate. He's doing a lot of organisational stuff that if you take him off, who does it? Lay says, Bruno looks slightly off. I think he needs a rest. I think Xerxes is the right sub for Bruno to hold up and split the defence with his passes. Agate is just quality, says Joshua. My man of the match so far, Agate. Been so good and obviously had a big part to play in the goal. Absolutely loving what Agate and Rasmus have brought today. We just need the ball to Rasmus more in the box, says Keith. I think Rasmus actually deserves a bit of a shout out because the work rate defensively has been there to see. He's been deeper than Garnacho and Bruno at times, and then he's the focal point. There's a maturity to his game that's starting to come from Amorim, winning them free kicks by keeping his body there. So I think he's had a good first half as well. Bruno's playing well, says Umar. No more Friday podcasts, says Quinn. Don't know who's told you that. Unpopular opinion, Mainu can't play in a two-man midfield. Not mobile enough, not intense tough. I'd rather he played 10 and Bruno back to 8. Bruno has been terrible, can't pass, and he's whiny, says Mario. Just joined, how's it been, says Fuster. It was all right. It's been all right from United. I mean, the start is annoying, but it's character building as well. Oishan says, Garnacho's shot was woeful. Bruno has played well, but you slate one and praise the other. Bruno better than Ahmad and Garnacho today. I don't know what you're talking about. I think you've got voices in your head, mate. What are you talking about? When have I slated Bruno? When have I praised Garnacho? Don't know what you're talking about. I think people just come into this community with a... Get yourself off Twitter where they don't watch it and spread bullshit and listen to what we're talking about. Bruno out, please. He's been overrated, says Mitcha. Stoke were good. I'm going to run a poll here. Rate Bruno's half. This is just something new. Out of 10, 5 below average, 6 average, 7 good. He's definitely not lower than that, and he's definitely not higher than that. So rate Bruno's first half. in the live chat. 5, below average. 6, average. 7, good. Let me know. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. We are on the road to 2 million. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. We want to hit 982 today. We're getting very close to it. We're only 150 subscribers away. So bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Free to do it on YouTube. Get involved with the United Stand. We're live every night at 8 o'clock, and we will be live at 8 o'clock tonight because we're going to be in Manchester for the fan forum, talking about the game. My player ratings show is straight after this, where you can do your player ratings, and we'll go through that, and it averages all your scores. Live every morning at 10 o'clock with the news show as well. Lots to get involved in, and obviously lots of change and transition and progress hopefully going on with United, and lots of games between now and the new year. And actually, in the new year, more games. Loads of games. Arsenal away in the Cup, Liverpool away in the league. There's nowhere to hide, so make sure you subscribe. And if you have subscribed, please click the share button, share it on your socials. I really would appreciate that. Do you think we're still going to win this game? I think we need to win this game. I think we need to win the game. I think that's an understatement. But I also think that we have got to be realistic. We can't be Spurs. Like, we need to win the game, but we've got no right to win the game. We're not good enough to go, yeah, we're going to win. But we need to win. And that's sort of Amrim's words, I know. We need to win games, but we're not necessarily good enough to be able to do that. And this Premier League table, when you look at it, you've got Fulhams and Brentfords and Brightons and Forest. They're all in the top half of the table. It's a competitive league. So we've never been that team for 10 years that comfortably beats these sort of teams at home. And in this season, I don't think we've got any divine right to do it either. So I think we will win it. But I think, again, I predicted we'd beat Ipswich 3-0. We didn't. I predicted we'd beat Forest 3-0. We're not going to do that either. So I just think I wouldn't be surprised if we dropped points today, but it wouldn't mean it was a bad result per se. It's just that we're so far behind because of what Amrim's inherited. But I would want to win today because 4 points from 9, you don't want it to be 5 points from 12. Bruno, 12 lost possessions already, says Ravel. Mark, I can sum up Bruno's half in one word. Shit, says Mario Rossi. Antonio is in a stable condition at the local hospital, says Carson. That's great news. By far best our midfield performance all season, says Mikey. And Mark, Bruno cannot be read the first man on corners, says Lockish. Trust the process, says Swami. Don't have a TV in my new flat, but listening to the Goldbridge match telecast. Let's go United. Well, we'll keep you updated, mate, and thanks for being a member. Anakin Skywalker says Kobe is not a 6. He needs to switch with Bruno. Kobe can be hiding behind players and not trying to find pockets to collect the ball. I get nervous every time we give up a corner, says Richard Romero. And United have the best fans in the world in stadiums, home and away, but the most toxic online. Agree with Mark. No one's had a bad game so far. We are improving, says Key 2. And Mainu has been decent. Yoro as well. Carson Badley says Antonio in stable condition at local hospital. I haven't watched Yoro at all yet. How is he looking, says Luke Allen. Very steady. Very steady again. Agate and Yoro unreal, says Payno. How have we done, says Donovan. I think we've been through all that, but thank you, Donovan. I hope you've woken up and feeling good. Do you think Amrim knows his best 11, says Will. Probably not yet. I still think this place is up for grabs. We are slow and playing too many back passes, says Mud. And I have a problem with Bruno not putting on the pressure. So, in relation to Bruno's first time half score, 29% of you said a 5, 22% of you said a 7, and 49% of you said 6. So, at least half of you are actually switched on. That was a 6 from Bruno. I don't know where people are getting below average, and I don't really know where people are getting good. I think 50% of us are right. It was an average performance from Bruno. It wasn't bad. And it wasn't good, but it was okay. And I don't think anybody had a bad half in that team. Even Delo was a lot better than recent weeks. So I think it's been decidedly average from a lot of our players, which in some ways is progressive because we've had plenty of bad performances, but we need to build on it in the second half, and we need to win this game. Can we please take Bruno off corner duty? He always hits the first defender. Well, we were speaking about that in the first half. It's incredible, really. We played Arsenal on Wednesday. about 10 corners and every bloody one was a good one. We've played Forest today. They've had 3 corners. 2 of them have been good. I think we've had 2 corners and they've been shit. Because delivery is what makes a corner. And we couldn't fucking deliver a McDonald's at the moment. How does Jack Grealish do Sky Sports Christmas adverts? He'd be sat on the bench. Am I the only one who noticed Ugarte hiding behind their striker constantly? He doesn't call for the ball. He does a Fred. Mate, he's been... Karen, you're going to get slated for that. I can't protect you. You're trying to say Ugarte's hiding like Fred and McTominay's just been man of the match. What are you talking about? Frustrating to see the 3 at the back hold on to most of our possession. We need quicker passes into the midfield in the final third, says Say. And can we... Darth wants Bruno off the corners. Thank you very much. Appreciate everyone who's tuning in. Look, Saturday night, dance. I like the way you move. Let's get 3 points. That's what it's all about in the second half. I predicted that Rashford would score today, so let's hope he can come off the bench and get a goal. I definitely think the way that Garnacho has stayed higher up the pitch and Bruno has looked to find him, I definitely think there is opportunities for Rashford in the second half. That suits him. We obviously need to work on taking and defending set pieces, but I certainly see an improvement in the team, says Little Fat Dosa. And doesn't it make more sense to have Ahmad and Delo switch for crossing? Also, Mainu and Ugarte don't open up to receive the ball, says Bino. Look, I'll be honest, I wouldn't mind seeing Ahmad play. Look, hot take, bad take, whatever. Controversial take. Here it is. Ahmad has got loads and loads of deserved credit playing as the right wing back, right winger. But I actually think he'd do a really good job where Garnacho is. And I actually think that in a game like this, he's not getting the ball and he's getting doubled up upon. I'd like to see Ahmad given a chance centrally. And when you've got Mazraoui on the bench and you know Delo can play for 90 minutes, why not just shift Ahmad centrally and put Mazraoui on the right? Why not try it? Because, yes, Ahmad's been brilliant on the right, but Amorim is literally about having players that can play in different positions. And I think he definitely could play in a different position. I don't think Bruno is capable of beating the first man. I think he aims near post, but no one ever receives it, says Liam. Chris, thanks for being a member for 50 months. You're a legend. Yeah, that's what Bino was saying about that. As for the free kick, I think it was a little bit fortuitous, to be honest. Yeah, I think it was a free kick, obviously, but it was it flicked off the wall, so I don't think there's anything in that. Second half's kicked off. Thanks, Sky. Not bad. I feel like a prawn sandwich brigade. I'm not even bloody ready. Not got my desk up. Let me get this timer done. Here's Delo down the left-hand side. Crap cross. Ugarte, good again. Garnacho needs to pass, does Ugarte. It's a fast start by United here. Lovely into Garnacho. Oh, gets stuck under his feet. He's going to get criticised for that. Can't help me for that, mate. Does help me do the timer, though. There we go. Right, I'm going to be standing up in a minute, but I'll sit down for a moment. You missed my super chat, says Vita. Bruno doesn't pick himself to take corners. The others must be even worse than him. Good point. Thanks, mate. You say Bruno is average, but no one player can replicate what he does for us in the team. Yeah, Kai, I think you've just got a it might be, I don't know where you're watching from. It might be a language thing. Average doesn't mean you're bad. Getting a 6 or having an average half doesn't mean you're bad in football. I think some people see the term average as a derogatory term. It doesn't mean you've been bad. Average is fine. Niki says, love watching United now because you can see we have an identity, a style of pattern of play. We haven't mastered it yet, nowhere near, but trust the plan. Thank you, mate. There we go. Like, that's better from Anana. Just play out from the back. Don't boot it. Thanks for all your super chats, by the way. Oh, Bruno again. Sloppy in the transition. That is a joke. Oh, for fuck's sake, not again! What the fuck are we doing? That's on Bruno, that is. Fucking stupid. Absolutely fucking stupid. I don't know how it goes in. I'm really hoping that this isn't on Onana because he's had a good season. That's on Bruno for me. I don't know what happens with Onana. Yeah, I mean, Bruno's pass is just fucking stupid. I don't think this should go in, though. I'm having a look. Oh, my God, Onana. What the fucking hell? He's like he's fell down pissed at the bar. We're straight at him. What? It's not even deflected. What is he doing? Straight down the middle. Mate, I mean, Bruno makes a mistake, but literally put a bag of cement in the middle of the goal and it saves it. That is shocking. I mean, there's a bit of movement on the ball, but bloody hell. When I say movement, it slightly moves from the centre of the goal to the centre of the goal. Sloppy twats. I mean, and that, you know what? That's from two players that are nailed on part of the plan. And that's the disappointing thing. Bruno and Onana are nailed on part of the plan. Then their place, whether you want it to be or not, is not in jeopardy. So we're now losing because of two mistakes from two, what you've got to call, senior important players. It's terrible goalkeeping. You can't argue with it. It's terrible. And the sad thing is, I did a video on Onana at the start of the season, and I got a load of stick for it. But I stood by it, and I said I hope he can improve, and I think he can improve, and he has improved. But that's the sort of stupid mistake that he was doing last season. That's just concentration. That's pure basics. And you can't afford it. But having said that, where do you draw on the line on mistakes? Because Bruno, we're in the transition stage. It's a 5-yard pass and he doesn't make it. And how many times? I mean, that's what Amrim's talking about. Lovely play by Mainu. That's what Amrim's talking about, isn't it? It's that transitional. Ahmad, again, no. That's not the time to shoot, mate. You got to we're making so many mistakes that we made under Ten Hag. Silly, misgiving 5-yard passes. And then that's Garnacho in the first half. What's that shot about? Why is he shooting there? There's no power on it. He's not looking. And it gives possession up. Why are we shooting like that again? Old habits die hard. I've seen 4 shots today that we never should have had. Queuing up again on the back post. Forest will win this game. Mario Rossi says, Bruno gives it away shocking. Yoro's fault, says Ardo. Don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, you know what? It's similar things that you just can't coach out of these players. Leopards don't change their spots. The Bruno pass that led to the second goal happened about 4 times in the first half. It's a simple 5-yard pass your gran would make. And United players occasionally just can't do it. And Amrim said this last week. Some of the mistakes you can't coach. They're basics that a footballer should know. And 5-yard passes are not things that you should be messing around with. And we've seen the reintroduction of shooting from stupid places again. Come on, Ahmed. There, Mainu. Again, that pass is overhit. That pass is overhit from Ahmed to Mainu. Look, simple pass, overhits it. So Mainu has to stretch. It's not good enough to misplace a 5-yard pass under no pressure. The storm is here in more ways than one, says Gideon. Fucking hell. This league will punish you, though. We've said it so many times. Actually, a good cross from Bruno there. Just shows you what a good cross can do. Come on, Garnacho. Look at that pass by Bruno. Absolutely shit. And this is, I just don't get this. He doesn't, you know what? It actually doesn't move much at all. It's pretty straight. Mate, it doesn't move. You can see the shadow of the change in the grass. It's pretty straight. Bad concentration. You know what that is? He thinks it's going in the bottom corner. He's shifted his body shape for it to go in the corner. Good ball by Garnacho into Delo. Can't cross it first time. Go on, Agate. Oh, God. You don't want Martinez in a one-on-one. We're all over the place here. I can see them scoring again. Good play, De Ligt. Oh, for fuck's sake, Onana! What the fuck is he doing? Is he wearing a fucking blindfold? Bloody hell! Our defence is wide open. That goal is inviting more balls than fucking Pornhub. You absolute cretin! What are you doing? Where's this Onana come from? Take the mask off. It's fucking Mr. Bean in goal. What the fuck is he doing here? What? Just explain to me what Onana had to drink at half time. Fucking hell. Watch this. Where's he going? Mate, he has got concrete in his feet. Doesn't come for the cross. And then, oh my fucking God, are you allergic to the ball? Has somebody told him, Onana, don't touch the fucking ball? Dive, for fuck's sake. Oh, mate, he is having a fucking stinker. What has happened to Onana? What did I say a minute ago? I can see them scoring. I can see them scoring the third. Fucking hell, mate. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Oh, he's done it again. Can we sub the goalkeeper? Fucking hell. These are players that aren't up. These are players where their position is not up for grabs. These are senior players that will be in the team. Onana's not going any fucking where, is he? He's not going anywhere. And yet he's cost us 2 fucking goals. Bruno's not going anywhere. My God. Unbelievable. Fucking hell. I tell you what, if there was ever a time to declare myself a Forest fan, I'd fucking do it now. That's for sure. Unfucking believable. Marlo says, I didn't think we could get any lower. 4 points in 15 for Amorim. Mate, it's not. This is only his 4th game. How are you adding? How are you getting 15? Get back to school. This is a disgusting performance. What a joke, says D1. Red Army says Yoro and Delit an embarrassment. So Red Army basically lives up the arse of Harry Maguire. It's got nothing to do with Yoro and Delit. Any goal. I wish you'd just like focus on the truth, because your comments aren't bad when you're not living up Maguire's arse. Bring Maguire on for Martinez. Keep Yoro and Delit on. They've not done anything. Mazraoui got subbed out for Martinez. What a joke, says Vic. Champions League and Arna is back, says Emiliano. They see Wood at the back post, yet still give him loads of time to shoot, says Kaiser. 7-inch Destroyer wants Ten Hag back. Let's get relegated and start over again, says Stig. Player FC being exposed. It's clear he should go, says Ray. It's going to be a long 6 months, says Ernesto. And that is more on Onana. I said it before. Bruno is not at his best today. He should be made to fight for his spot. I'm going crazy, says Godian. Rashford's coming on. Ankit says Garnacho's coming off. Bruno gives away the ball, but I still can't wrap my head around how that went in. It was straight at him, says Ankit. Amrim out. Are you with me, says Musk. Maybe Ricky's right, says CJ. Redknapp, Bruno has been the best player today, says it's Dave in it. That takes Bruno's 6 to a 4, mate. Mount on, says Stephen. No goalkeeper in the current Premier League club does this, says Akil. Try not to be harsh, but how can you say stop that as a manager? Terrible pass, horrendous goalkeeping, catalogue of errors, always the same, says Jack. You can't. You absolutely can't. Constantine says that's a super costly mistake by Onana. Completely misread the deflection or not. There's no deflection, Constantine. As a goalkeeper, nobody can blame you for a deflection. But if the shot gets no deflection, you've got to mark. You've got to take it where it is. Where are the Bruno lovers now, says Shiku. You know what? I mean, I don't have a problem with the Garnacho Rashford sub, because I thought Rashford did need to come on at some point, but it's the defence that's been the problem for me. I mean, look, you can't. It's not like we've created loads of chances and missed them. I mean, if I'm Rashford, I'm hoping for chances, but realistically, Forest have been the better team for the last 15 minutes and the last 10 minutes of the second half. No competition in the keeper spot. Get one in, says Max Hall. Linda says keep this manager for another 5 years. Amrim out and the next manager out as well, says Ankit. Man United doesn't need a new coach. This could be 4. Just wide from Wood, who I think was offside. Macedonian says Man United doesn't need a new coach or new players. Man United just needs Jesus. Yeah, Wood was offside there. This is arguably our best squad, Ryan. Jake M says, how much time do you want to give people to put a cross in? Give White crosses once, then we leave him in acres of space for number 2. Travesty, says Jake. Silver lining that Agate's been class. This is what we want. Checkbook out in January, says Gaz. Yeah, the disappointing thing for me tonight is there's loads of debate about Bruno, Rashford, Rasmus, Garnacho, Ahmad, etc. But what annoys me about tonight is this game is not because of the attack. We've looked okay when we've attacked. We've just not been able to attack for the last however minutes. Right, we might get something here. Here's Ahmad. Still Ahmad. Bruno, shoot. Oh, goal. Lovely goal. Bruno, lovely stuff. 3-2. He hit that one well. That's one back. Get in. Come on. Still time. Fucking needs that from you, mate. Being as you fucking cost us the second goal. But yeah, good play by Ahmad this. We actually end up with a transition. Good runs by Rashford and Rasmus. Just pull their defence back. Bruno takes back. Good finish. Really good finish by Bruno. 3-2. Well done, Ahmad, again. Assist for him. Yeah, good finish. Fucking hell. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. We want to hit 982,000 tonight on the road to 2 million. Don't forget to do your player ratings in the second half. We're only 30 subscribers away from 982,000, by the way. We've got half an hour here. Half an hour. Surely we can get... I want to win. I want to fucking win. Yeah, but as I was saying before then, it's not really been the attack that's been the problem tonight. It's they've had 3 shots. 3 shots on target, 3 goals. We've had 5 shots on target, 2. So we've actually had more shots on target. They've just been clinical. But they haven't been clinical because every one of their goals should not have been a goal. It's just shit defending. You know, Martinez on 2 has been below par. Anana on 2 has been below par. Obviously, Bruno contributed a little bit as well. It's painful, Mark, says Kieran. We're going to lose 3 games in a row. Things aren't looking great, says Stardust. We beat Everton last week. What are you talking about? 3 losses in a row. I think you're confusing us with Man City, mate. It was a pass that Yoro overran and Onana should have saved it. End of story. These fans love to blame Bruno, says Stuart. No, Bruno was at fault for that goal, Stuart. I'm a Bruno fan. He was at fault. He's in possession of the ball. He plays a shit pass. He wasn't even looking when he played it as well. Don't do agenda, Stuart. Be fair. Bruno's pass was shit. And Amrim and Anana should have saved it. Angry Jawa says this looks the same as Ten Hag ball. No centre playing wide open at the back. Just got to keep creating the chances here. Mazraoui is going to come on. Who will it be for? Yoro. I think it'll be for Yoro. Here's Rashford. Space for Rashford, you know. Oh, for fuck's sake, mate. Just the lack of confidence there. Get your head up. Pick that head up of yours. Harry Maguire's coming on. Might be a double substitution then. And Mazraoui. So he might do Martinez and... I'd say Martinez and Yoro. Yoro was never going to play the whole game. Oh, delete. Must be a minutes thing. Deleting Yoro. I don't know whether I like that. I think that might weaken us at the back. Not sure I like that. That's got to be about minutes. I mean, fucking hell. You know, this is what annoys me. At the end of the first half, we're saying Rasmus has had a good game. And then in the second half, you'd have to say just nothing. No service again, not in the game again. I would have took Martinez off on performance, so that's got to be minutes because De Ligt played well. Yoro obviously is going to get taken off, but I wouldn't have took De Ligt off. I just worry about this game. I think Forest have been the better team second half. Can we turn this into a win? Lewis says, I don't see how it's anything like Ten Hag's football. Double defender sub to try and win the game, says White. Like you, I'm from Nottingham, but I can't stand Forest. I'd sooner lose to anyone. Congratulations, City, for their win over them. God bless United, says Tracy Taylor. Why is the club cursed, says Brand? First time in years United matching City's form, says Rob Dawson. People saying Amrim out already are a disgrace, says Politic. Mate, I'm sat in the ground. How is this the same as Ten Hag ball? Don't know what some people are watching at times, says Will. We have to think about a new goalkeeper. I think with Amrim's style of play, we need a shot stopper more than a ball-playing goalkeeper, says Billy. Defence and keeper lack tenacity to get the ball out of the box on corners and crosses. All look shocked when no one gets their body in the mix and the ball winds up in the back of the net, says Luke. You got to attack the ball, and defensively we just didn't do that today. Adil, welcome to Members Club. Thomas Nelson says it's the same shit in a new bottle. Zero service to Rasmus. You can sprinkle perfume on a cow's turd. It's still a turd, says Thomas. Only United can go from 75% possession in the first half to completely losing the initiative in the second half. Yeah, we need to get that stats carousel going round, actually. There we go. Bruno, terrible ball again. I mean, it's going to be tough giving Bruno a score in this game at the moment because there's good bits, there's bad bits. Delo needs to be taken out of the team, played too many games. Jake, again, Delo hasn't been good, has he? And good play by Maguire there. Should shout out to Mikel Antonio, says Leon. I'm glad Amrim is being shown just how incapable these players are of imploding and making simple mistakes, says Horn. Martinez and Anana are really poor today, says Vita. And Akil says, Anana's stinkers always start with the winter weather. Come on, Rashford, put your fucking foot in. That's it, get your fucking foot in. Oh, Bruno again. Fucking hell, mate. They're simple passes. You're looking at the bloody pass. Games feels like a Ten Hag, says Matthew. Well, mate, I'm not surprised. It's not the same as Ten Hag at all. But, like, it's the same players. That's the thing that you're seeing the familiarity with. Right, see, Bruno can make a 20-yard pass round a player and make it look really good. 5-yard pass, struggles. Ahmad, 5-yard pass. Oh, Mazraoui, that's good. Whip it, Rashford. It's not good enough. Well up, Maguire. What other sub could he make? I mean, Bruno should... Why is he not taking Bruno off here? Mount should be on. Really, Bruno should be coming off now. I mean... It's probably going to be Xerxes for Rasmus, and I don't agree with that. I really don't. Here's Rasmus. Down to Delo. Edge of the box. Mainu. Rashford. Go home, Maguire. That's the place. Formation different, but games like Ten Hag ball. Has anybody noticed Forest captain is getting away with 7 or 8 fouls by now? Plus, we need legs in midfield, says Baron. Good tackle by Delo. I feel the third goal's coming. I want the win, though. There's a good comment here from Lewis. He says, I'm seeing everyone chatting Ten Hag's name. We've been playing well, just a poor game tonight. Just relax. The season's a write-off anyway. Well, I agree. Good ball by Rashford. Into Delo. You know what it is? I think we've done okay tonight, but we've lost it on... mistakes. Defending the corner badly. You know, letting a shitty couple of goals in the second half. We could have played better going forward, but it's the defence that's cost us. You can't concede 3 goals at Old Trafford and expect to win. Martinez, shooting from distance again. Idiotic. Thanks to everyone who subscribed, by the way. I think we're about 10 subscribers away from 982 on the road to 2 million. Thanks for subscribing. Don't forget you do your player ratings through the link in the description. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. I feel there's a goal coming. There needs to be 2, really. Just got to keep chipping away here. Lovely ball by Rashford to Delo again. That's the second time that's happened. Not a good enough cross, though. Mount. It's got to be for Bruno. If he drops Bruno into the midfield... Well, Xerxes coming on for Rasmus. That's been waiting for ages. So Mount's got to be for Bruno. But I think it will be Mainu or Agate coming off. And he'll put Bruno in the midfield. Diagonal to Delo's there. Maguire's done it now. Rashford's done it twice. So that is always on. Every chance for Rasmus has been played behind him, says Brandon. There's been nothing in the second half. If I was giving Rasmus a score in the second half, I'd have to give him a 5. First half, 7, but there's just nothing going on. It's took Bruno off. Fucking spot on. Spot on. And Agate. Bloody hell. So it's Xerxes and Rashford behind Rasmus. Oh, I don't know whether I like that. Well, he's got to go attacking though, hasn't he? To be fair, it's 15 minutes to go. Bruno, this Mainu has been really good, says Andre. I know in ice hockey they sub the keeper when they're bad, says Bran. I know we're under pressure to score, but I'd just like to see them relax a bit. It will come, says Constantine. Every chance for Rasmus has been played in behind him, says Brandon. Mr. M. Welding, thank you very much. Bruno, this game has been awful, losing the ball on constantly, and the corners are just embarrassing. Sell him to Saudi, says Matthew. Would you rather get a scrappy win tonight or lose, but show some determination and grit, says Jack. Well, Alanga's coming on here for Forest. Please can interviewer ask Rashi why he's not running, says Nick. Mark, is the team selection good enough, says Barry. Mate, the team's not good enough. You can't talk about team selection. The team's not good enough. It wasn't good enough under Ten Hag, and it's still not going to be good enough. His name's Ruben Amorim. It's not Harry Potter. He took over in November. He can't sprinkle them with magic Christmas dust and turn them into players. They're still going to have their vulnerabilities. Still a lot of work to do. Michael's gifted a membership. Thank you. This result is on Onana, says Henry. Playing Rasmus is like playing with 10 men, says Som. You don't understand football. Formation different, but game feels like Ten Hag, says Matthew. How can this be on Rasmus, mate? He's playing up front in a team that's creating nothing. You're the same Pratt who, when you see Haaland get shut down, you think Haaland's the problem. They're the end of the rainbow. They are the final piece of the jigsaw. You've got to build everything else to bring them into the game. And if you don't bring them into the game, then they're nullified. That's the whole point of a striker. There's nothing going on. One chance, one goal. Tell me another chance that Rasmus has had apart from the goal. And that wasn't even a chance. That was Garnacho's shot that was saved. Wingers continue to cut back onto their strong foot and choose not to take end line for low-driven crosses. Swap Ahmad and Delo, says Luke. I tell you what I will say is if we lose this game, we are in deep shit. I don't want to, sort of focus on that too much, but we would be 6 points behind Nottingham Forest. We would be 6 points behind Aston Villa, 4 points behind Brentford, 4 points behind Brighton, 3 points behind Fulham. We'd be in 13th place. And if West Ham were to win on Monday night, they'd be 1 point behind us. And if Everton, well, they didn't play, we go to Man City next. You know what? I'm going to stand up. I realised we played a lot better when I was standing up. Mate. You know what though? Let's call a spade a spade. We've brought on Mason Mount, 250k a week. We've brought on Xerxes, new signing. We brought Rashford on, 300k a week. It's not just come on and have a go, lads. Come on and fucking imprint something on the game. Like, change the game. You know, if Man City bring De Bruyne on or Doku on, they're coming on to change the fucking game. Change the game. Don't come on and just cruise through it. Get hold of the fucking game. Oh, here we go. What's this again? Battery's fucking running out again. Oh my God. Don't worry, mate. It's only the fucking Premier League. You only had a break half an hour ago. Battery's running out. Fuck off. Mate, I've been doing a podcast. An amateur podcast for years. Our batteries never fucking run out. This is the Premier League and their batteries are running out all the bloody time. Embarrassing. Rub says, I know United is losing, but Agony Bridge, hear me out. Feeling very happy that I was able to make someone's day very special. You lot are awesome, says Rub. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Still cannot wrap our head around the fact that we traded De Gea for an Arna. Make that make sense, says Arctic. Well, that's on a different regime, isn't it? You can't do anything about it. I don't remember Rashford being good at football at this point. It's like he can't play. Wan-Bissaka had more skill, says Zach. People comment like other teams aren't Premier League footballers. Every game in this squad is going to be hit or miss, and Amrim knows it. Be patient, says William. Alan Smith saying he doesn't understand what Agate brings to the team. I don't understand what Alan Smith brings to commentary on Sky. I never have, so let's flip it around. Amrim out, bullshit needs to stop. He warned us this would happen. He's been here less than a month, says Gems. And how is this performance okay? Not creating anything, poor defending, nightmare goalkeeper. Alan Smith, I don't see what Agate brings to the team. But I've got a bit of time. Let me put the tweet out. This ain't doing us any good. No, genuinely, no red tinted glasses because we're losing 3-2. It's very easy to pile on players at the moment. Agate, for me, man of the match. Why was Mazraoui on the bench, says Cobby. Well, rotation, mate. I mean, we didn't actually rotate in this game as much as we might have done. 5 memberships gifted by Filipos. Alanga wearing a black armband for Kathy's class, says AJ. Same club, same players equals same results, says Rob Dobson. Thank you very much for your super chats. Please do subscribe, by the way, bottom right and bottom right hand corner. Sorry. Right, we need to get the momentum going here. 10 minutes to go. Someone used their batteries last night, says Howder. Is that Alan Smith? All this time I thought it was Robbie Earle, says Nick P. Abdul, I'll have a look. Why is Rashford playing on the right? Won't work, says Zaid. It's always been the players. Bruno, Rashford, Anana, says Corey. I think Delo will be the sacrificial lamb in the summer. He's been very poor, says Slippy Stevie G. Amram needs to see what he has to deal with, says Jim Ross. I'm glad there isn't a bounce. Fucking hell. Here's Ahmad into Rashford. Whip it. No. Why is Delo heading that at goal from 15 metres out? You're never going to score, mate. I would save that. This is not a place to head it towards goal from. Look where he is. Absolutely never going to score from there. That's like shooting from 30 yards. Absolute waste of time. Decision making, IQ. Hey, I tell you what though, take Bruno off, are we better or worse? I told you, there's a lot of organisational stuff that goes in from Bruno. How the fuck are people hammering him out? Got to be trolls, says Brandon. They'll be trolls, they will. Glazers out, Ineos out, says only use me, David. Pizza says a lot of these fans have FIFA brain. What is Rasmus supposed to do if nobody's trying to get the ball to him? Audi says I don't like Anana. Hurts to see De Gea's come back at Fiorentina after this Anana show, says Louis. Don't believe it, mate. Don't fucking believe it. Well, I don't think we're going to win now. That sounds more delusional than I mean, but I think if we could have got one back, gives, you know, you're attacking the Stretford end, how many times have we done it? But we're sort of approaching stoppage time now, so I don't see us getting a winner. We might not even get a fucking draw, but I mean, I don't think we've got time to go and get a winner. Xerxes. Good turn by Xerxes into Delo. Corner. I've got Maguire on the corner. Shinobi says you should have bought Ramsdale. Serious question. Have you ever done an IQ test? No, Trucker. Martinez. Keepers easily. Hollywood balls have crept back in, says Josh. Old habits, yes. I want to mention that in the match reaction. Leopards don't change their spots, mate. That's what one of you said. You didn't come up with the saying. It's been known for years, but somebody did say that. This is not good. So let me just give you some context. If we lose this game, that's 4 points from 12 in Amram's first 4 games. The low back post, quick as you can. You got that right. Oh, Ahmad, so unlucky. Blocked. Come on, get one now. We might have time. Go on. Good cut back. No, cut back. It is a massive indictment with Bruno off. Our chances of scoring dwindled, even with the 60 million cam on the pitch. As look, I've said this before. A lot of people wanted Bruno dropped last season. I think he missed the game with injury. And didn't we lose? Did we lose to Forest without him or something like that? As much as Bruno gets shit, and he has been shit the second half, I still don't know that we're better without him, because I think the leadership and coordination just disappears. Until it doesn't. Well played, Rasmus. Terrible ball by Martinez. Mark, can my friend Mimo get a birthday shout out? He's a very chill guy that only wants Man United to win, says Alberto. There you go. Happy birthday, pal. Thank God there are 3 worse teams this season, says Niki. I figured it out, Mark. In practice, they shoot from a mile away and score. Brian, that might be why we shoot so much, because if you've got an Arna in goal, it probably goes in, doesn't it? It's a massive indictment that Bruno went off. I've done that from Item. Thing is, you can predict what they're going to do, which makes defending so easy. Delo gives space, shoots. Maguire space, long pass, and so on, says Amma. I think Maguire's been steady since he came on. But I look at the subs, right? Mason Mount's had 15 minutes, nothing. Rashford's had 25 minutes, nothing. Xerxes probably had 10 minutes, nothing. Like, the subs have made no impact, and yet they were dropped for the start of the game. So I don't get it. I don't get why players aren't coming on and giving more. Like, Rashford would have expected to start today. Mason Mount's trying to win his place in the team. He's actually fit. Xerxes a new signing, trying to impress a manager. And there's no change from Garnacho to Rashford. There's no change from Bruno to Mount. There's no change from, I know Xerxes came in for Agate, but nobody's giving anything any different. It's all meh. And the defence today has been shit. But you know what it is? That's not new. We've known this before. Leopards don't change their spots, and the mentality is shit when things don't go well. He's going to shoot. Oh, fuck off. Sell him now. Sell Delo. Sell Delo now. He's got to fucking go, mate. He's just got to go. Why? What is he doing? He's doing it all the fucking time as well. Cuts inside. Should not. 35 fucking yards. The fuck is that? That is Ten Hag ball. That is a fucking joke. Absolute joke. He should be fucking dropped for that. Mate, we're losing 3-2 going into stoppage time and you're trying worldies. You're a bloody right back. My God. This is his first loss at Old Trafford, isn't it? Well, I'll tell you what, Eric Ten Hag will be sat there saying, yeah, it ain't easy, Brev. I just can't get my hat on that Delo shot there. Every fucking time as well. You can't, they just can't. There's no way Amorim said, let me get a head around this, right? There's no way Amorim has said, I've watched all the things that were going wrong under Ten Hag. What I really would love you to do is keep shooting. You know, I know it didn't work under Ten Hag, but for God's sake, just keep shooting from 30 yards. Please do. Please keep shooting from 35 yards. I believe in you. I mean, he's just definitely not telling them to do that, and yet they still keep doing it because they can't change the IQ. The football IQ is just shit. Absolutely shit. You may as well pick Anthony. I'll start a position for Mazraoui as captain, says Vladimir. No evidence that Mount is an upgrade on Bruno, says Marlowe. Well, what is the point of taking Bruno off for Mount when Mount has never done anything in a United shirt, says Som. Subs have done nothing. Our squad is poor, says Jordan. Don't think Onana has made a save, has he, says Trucker Jeff. I very much doubt it. Hi, Mark, says Drew. Mark, you've done that one, thank you. Please do subscribe. Don't forget to do your player ratings. We're going to be doing that very, very soon, unfortunately. We're going to be reacting to a loss. Delo's pissing me off. Get rid of him, says Goldio. I mean, here's the scenario. Lose this, 4 points from 12. Lose against Man City, 4 points from 15. Fucking hell. That's a foul on Ahmad. He's got to book him for that. Right, everybody up. Everybody up, but not Onana. Never rated Mount myself, says Boomer. We're going to finish in the bottom half, says Henry. Oh, mate, but remember, people were... What was it last Sunday? Amrin ball. Amrin ball. Rashford's back. Xerxes back. Oh, Amrin ball. And what did I say? Calm the fuck down. Even Amrin said, calm it down. It's a long road back. A very long road, and I don't think we know the way yet. Right, come on. Maguire's head on the back post. Boom! Slab head, come on. Just needs a good delivery, Mount. Come on, it's what you paid for. Shit, delivery. And Rashford shoots wide for a corner. Got to think we bought in Ten Hag for a system with his players. Now that he's gone, Amrim has to work his system with the players he doesn't want, says Sims. We lost this game because of Onana, says Audi. Thank you, Ten Hag, for bringing the worst shot stopper in the world. Get Kvaratskhelia ASAP. We're missing Agate, not Bruno, says Stephen. That was from Audi as well. You can't forget it's been raining, says Mike. Another corner. Oh, I tell you what. Technique by Martinez was good. I mean, that's not from the training ground, but it wasn't bad, but it won't count because it was over. I think football is just really about moments. You think it's a 90-minute game and you've got time to turn things around, and sometimes you do, but things happen at the wrong time. You concede at 0-0 straight away, you've got to get back in the game. You get back in the game, you concede straight away at the start of the second half, you've got to get back in the game. Then you concede another soft goal, you're 3-1 down. You can't keep giving yourself mountains to climb at this level. We know it's a competitive Premier League and we've conceded shit goals at the wrong time too often in this game. And if you concede 3 goals in any game, home or away, you're going to do very well to get anything from it. And we've conceded at the wrong time. At times, we've not been too bad tonight, but the goals have been conceded at shit times. At the start of both half, it's a pin in the balloon. And it's worrying. It's really worrying about Onana because those 2 mistakes today have cost us the game. Simple as. Gio says, I'd rather break up with my ex than go through this. Does it say something that he bought Xerxes in for Agate over Casemiro, says Sean. Well, you're just trying to... That's it, final whistle. I fucking believe it, mate. I just can't believe it. That is just... I've got images from friends from school coming in. Not very nice. Laughing in bars. I don't deserve this shit. You don't deserve it. Just fucking... Look, we got the match reaction, but bottom line is we can't trust these players. And we knew this. And look, in a way, I would say it's good that Amorim's getting to know this, but this is going a bit too far now. I think he knew it after Ipswich. I think he knew it after Arsenal. That's fucking riot act for me. I walk in that dressing room as Amorim and I'm going, you're a prick, you're a prick, you're a prick. And I'm getting on the phone to Sir Jim. I'm saying, look, I took this job because you convinced me. Now fucking show me why I did it. Because this is a fucking shambles, lads. Absolute fucking shambles. The subs did fuck all, by the way. I'm not blaming the subs. Anana, obviously, Martinez, Bruno. But the subs did fucking nothing. The only sub that did okay was Maguire. The rest of them may as well have fucking kept your tracksuit on. You meant to come on and impact the game. The money you're on, you pricks. Absolutely. I'm stunned by that one. You know what? Arsenal, I expected it. Man City next week, I expect to get beat. And we will get beat, even by Man City. But that, at Old Trafford today, it's all about this. So one of our players does this, and actually, it's not a positive. This is the problem. Low IQ. Low IQ of our players is absolutely fucking unbelievable. And you know what? Fair play to Forest. They took their chances. They battled hard, but what does that mean? What does that mean at the end of the day? It means fuck all. Stop trying to bring it down to Player FC. People are talking about Garnacho and Bruno. Mate, there ain't nobody coming out of that that's going to, get their car washed. It's the same old shit. It's not about one player. It was never about the manager. It was never about Ollie. It was never about Ten Hag. It was never about Mourinho. The problem is huge. And no owner has ever done anything about it. Are they going to do something about it? Anyway, let's go over to the match reaction and do the player ratings. Then we're going to be in Manchester for the fan forum as well. Fucking hell, lots to discuss. I'll see you there in a minute.